Because there's one name that I am dying to see in the UFC, and that's Dakota Ditcheva.
What a fighter.
Yeah.
What a fighter.
Talk about the women's
Can you imagine her
division needing a superstar, and talk about a perfectly packaged, talented, gorgeous, eloquent, respectful, good, like literally checks every single box, and she's right there. And she is a flyweight. And can you imagine
would you want to go with?
Valentina Shevchenko right now. I want to be at the top. You know, I'm still 26. She's been around for a long time.
Right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko's the best 125er there is. This girl, man, she goes after people. She is
Tina has to fight this.
Laura Sanko just dropped a clear and bold message for Dana White and the UFC team. She says there's one fighter they must sign right now, and that fighter is the woman everyone's calling the violent Cinderella of MMA.
I'm in. We're ready.
So long and rangy.
Put away.
Oh, we're talking about Dakota Ditcheva, the undefeated PFL star who's been destroying every opponent in her path and making fans question why she isn't already in the UFC. But before we get into Laura Sanko's warning, let's see what MMA Twitter has to say about her. Fans are calling her so damn good, saying she'd already be a champion if she were in the UFC. Some even believe Dakota Ditcheva could beat every woman on the roster right now.
Ever been.
You know, competition is important to me. So if you're going to put me with the same girls and have the same girls in the tournament, I'm not really.
Just mentioned there that you want to be the queen of this division worldwide.
We were just kind of thought about going into the UFC.
Thought about for many, many years and just not been in the position to do it. People now, with me beating Tyler Santos, they want to see like what else I'm capable of, so it's got to be something more.
People thought she would against Shevchenko. Stop. She'd never been stopped. Shevchenko didn't stop her. People thought she beat her. And now what can people really put another can on the list of people always comment on my stuff?
These aren't just random fan takes. The entire MMA community has been buzzing after watching Dakota Ditcheva's recent performances. So buckle up, because today we're breaking down why Laura Sanko thinks the UFC is making a huge mistake by not signing Dakota Ditcheva, and why this violent Cinderella could be exactly what women's MMA needs right now. Let's start with the statement that got everyone talking. UFC commentator Laura Sanko, known for spotting top talent, didn't hold back when asked about Dakota's future. She said, "For me, it's Dakota Ditcheva. What a fighter. The women's division needs a superstar, and she's it. She's a violent Cinderella. Bring her to the UFC as soon as possible."
One name that I am dying to see in the UFC, and that's Dakota Ditcheva.
What a fighter.
Yeah.
What a fighter.
Talk about the women's
Can you imagine her
division needing a superstar, and talk about a perfectly packaged, talented, gorgeous, eloquent, respectful, good, like literally checks every single box, and she's right there. And she is a flyweight. And can you imagine the matchups that she could have in the flyweight division?
When Laura Sanko talks, people pay attention, and she doesn't hand out compliments for no reason. The term violent Cinderella really stands out because it perfectly sums up Dakota Ditcheva's story. Outside the cage, she's got this almost fairy tale vibe, calm, composed, and elegant. But the moment that cage door shuts, she turns into a ruthless destroyer.
But she's got everything that you want from your MMA star. She's a violent Cinderella. Bring her to the UFC.
Sanko's message to the UFC is simple. You're about to lose a future superstar. With the women's divisions, especially flyweight, struggling for new talent and star power, this isn't just about signing another fighter. It's about finding someone who could become the face of the entire division. Her comments come at a time when the UFC desperately needs fresh blood fighters who can excite fans and bring new energy to the sport.
Sanko is the target.
I think she has things to work on. I don't know how it's gonna play out for her, but yeah, she has potential.
Everyone's difficult because they're like own
style. Who is gonna be next? But I am here. No matter how old I am feeling.
So why do people call Dakota Ditcheva the violent Cinderella? Let's break it down. First, it's all about her story. She was born into the fight world. Her mother, Lisa Howard, was a successful kickboxer who owned a gym for over 30 years. Dakota basically grew up surrounded by fighters, spending her childhood in the gym while her mom trained others. It's like a real-life martial arts fairy tale.
Right on the money, baby. What a kid.
Now here's where the violent part of Dakota Ditcheva's Violent Cinderella nickname comes in. She's undefeated and absolutely dominating in the PFL. Her last fight was so one-sided that fans called it a savage beating. She punished her opponent for 15 straight minutes and was actually upset she didn't get the finish. That's the mindset of a real champion. Dakota's not just a striker either. She was a two-time British Muay Thai champion before moving to MMA, and since then, she's evolved into a complete fighter. Training at American Top Team under legendary coach Conan Silveira, she's sharpened every part of her game. The Cinderella part fits because she's still somewhat under the radar, not yet a household name for casual UFC fans. She's the princess waiting for her moment, and in this case, that moment is a UFC contract. But Dakota isn't stopping there. She's already talking about a potential super fight with UFC flyweight queen Valentina Shevchenko. When asked about it, she didn't hesitate. I don't know if a UFC super fight is in my immediate future, but if PFL champ versus UFC champ happens, I'm happy to do it. That would be a real history-making fight.
Deadly clinch game.
It's gonna be unbelievable.
Now, think about what this really means. A 27-year-old fighter so confident in her skills that she's calling out one of the greatest women's fighters of all time. That's not arrogance. That's the mindset of a true champion who knows she belongs among the best. The fact that Dakota Ditcheva is even in this conversation says everything about her level right now. Valentina Shevchenko has ruled the division for years, but time catches up with everyone, and the new generation is always coming. So could Dakota Ditcheva be the one to finally dethrone the queen? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the violent Cinderella isn't just dreaming anymore. She's ready to make history, and the whole MMA world is watching.